Hello everybody, Jan Michael here. Just got back from seeing Logan Lucky. This is the new film by Steven Soderbergh, who just got back from retirement after taking a little bit of a hiatus from making movies. And, well, he's back. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't plan on going to see Logan Lucky. I'm not the biggest Soderbergh fan. I don't hate his films. They're just not something that I always am very excited to go to see. But the reviews on this one were getting pretty high, which wasn't too big of a surprise. Soderbergh films always review well with critics, but it was pretty high up there. And so, just as a warning guys, I did see some reviews before I went to go see the film. I usually don't. I usually try to go in with no thought about what the film might end up like. But this one I did end up spoiling a little bit of it for myself, so just keep in mind, it's a little bit of a different review in that mindset. But is everybody right? Or does Logan Lucky suck? Let's find out.
Jimmy, I'm just gonna say it. I gotta let you go.
You were just fired.
I was let go for liability reasons involving insurance.
So, Jimmy Logan has just been let go from his construction job because of a bum knee, and he decides he's going to rob the NASCAR arena where the construction job was taking place. Now, Jimmy here is played by Channing Tatum, and he decides he's going to call upon the help of his brother, here played by Adam Driver, in order to help him rob this track. Along with the sister and a couple of other people, including a very funny Daniel Craig playing a Joe Bang, they decide to pretty much make this plan to go and rob this NASCAR track. And that's pretty much the overall gist of the film. There are a couple of other things, such as Adam Driver's character, Clyde, who is missing an arm, and that comes into play a lot throughout the film. And there's a couple of subplots with Jimmy and his daughter, who is living with the mother, and that family who's rich and they're about to move out. But overall, pretty much at the heart of the film, it's just a heist film. And yeah, that's pretty much what you got going in terms of plot.
The one-armed bartender.
You need to show a little respect. Charlotte Motor Speedway. I know how they move the money.
So, the first thing I have to say is Daniel Craig as Joe Bang. God damn, this was a great character. This is one of those surprise performances where it's pretty much on the opposite end of the spectrum from dramatic. You tend to get some films where a comedic actor or just an actor will take on a dramatic role and it's very, very surprising and they do a really good job. But I also like it when the opposite happens. You take an action star or maybe somebody who does dramatic stuff and you put them in a comedic role and they pull it off. And holy shit, does Daniel Craig, he doesn't look like Daniel Craig. To me, he was Joe Bang. Like, it was completely different. He has like bleach blonde hair, he has the southern accent, and he plays it perfectly. And all the other characters do a really good job here. I don't think I came across a character that I didn't enjoy. Everybody does the job just fine. But yeah, kudos to Daniel Craig. He is definitely the person that stole the show here.
The only guy who knows anything about blowing up real bank vaults is Joe Bang.
I am incarcerated.
Yeah, we got a plan to get you out.
More on the mixed side of stuff, I went into the film expecting it to be incredibly hilarious, at least that's what the reviews were saying, and it wasn't. It was funny, and when the jokes are there, they hit hard, don't get me wrong, they're great jokes. But it just wasn't consistent. I felt like a majority of the jokes were just kind of in the middle, and the beginning and the end kind of dropped the jokes in general, or maybe they were trying to be funny and it wasn't working. But what I really like about it is that the jokes are pretty smart. And I know that's kind of, maybe that's funny to you guys because the story does revolve pretty much on southern rednecks, if you will, and the robbing this NASCAR track in the middle of a NASCAR race, so it's kind of already like, oh my god, what crazy shenanigans, what stupid stuff is gonna happen. But you know what, the jokes The jokes are actually pretty well thought out of. I really enjoy what they did with it.
The Coca-Cola 600 is the biggest race of the year.
We need a computer whiz.
I know everything there is to know about computers, okay? All the Twitters, I know them.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola 600.
How many yards away is the vault?
20 yards. I don't know, maybe 30.
Is it 20 or is it 30? We are dealing with science here.
In terms of negatives, there are two big things that I need to complain about. First and foremost, the first 15 to 20 minutes of the film are really bad. And I know this is kind of them setting up the plot and who the characters are, but man, was it a really painful first 15 minutes. And I think a big part of this is the accents were far too thick in the first part of the film. And yeah, during the second half, or right when the robbery starts, like, I feel like the accents kind of let up a little bit and you can understand them a bit more. But man, during that first part of it, it was just, I don't know if those were the first scenes that they shot or what happened there, but I think it went a little bit too far with in terms of how they were saying their lines and of that aspect. But again, right as soon as it gets to the actual planning of the robbery and pretty much the steps, it really takes off. But it's just those first 15 minutes, just it didn't do it for me. And it actually also goes into my second big complaint of the film, motivation. I didn't understand why they were robbing the NASCAR track area just to begin with. I get that Channing Tatum's character got let go, and there was some other little plot where like his daughter's mother's family, whatever, are moving a little bit further away, and he doesn't want that to happen, so he was even talking about getting a lawyer. But that really doesn't come into play again, so it's just kind of, I never really saw the motivation behind the robbery, why the brother joined in, why all these other characters decided they were gonna risk their lives for this gig. I mean, obviously it's a big pay, but I don't know, just maybe that was the funny thing about the film, just the simplicity of it. But because of that, I didn't really feel like, I did cheer them on, but I didn't, like, if they hadn't done it, like, it wouldn't have affected me that much. It's just kind of like, okay, like, that's it.
They're gonna know what we want them to know.
My life of crime is over.
That is massively stupid.
It's been handled.
So does Logan Lucky suck? No, I don't think so. I think the audience reviews on this one have also been pretty positive, so it looks like a film that generally everybody enjoyed. And yeah, I'm of the same mindset. And kind of like, just on a little side note, this actually was a brand new style of filmmaking that Steven Soderbergh has done, where he kind of left the industry because he didn't like the developers, the publishers, all those people kind of getting their hands in the pot. So he pretty much, he put up the money up front. I think he's distributing it himself, and this is kind of like a new take on how to get movies out there. And I really hope it works. It's very funny because I said something similar with my Senua's Revenge review, where they're trying something new, and I really hope that succeeds. So here we see something new happening in Hollywood that I really hope succeeds. So yeah, no, Logan Lucky does not suck, guys. I would recommend going to check it out. It is a fun film, though it does have its flaws. Though ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, that is up for you to decide. If you have seen the film, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And until next time, have a good one, partner.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
That looks like it hurt.
I want everything on Jimmy Logan.
I'm about to get naked. So no bacon. I said no bacon.
You Logans mustn't be as simple-minded as people say.
People say that.
Would you give me my arm, please?
Is it this one?